This is our Peugeot Expert stealth camper that we originally converted for £500, but now we've spent a total of £1,000 converting it even more. So we've made some essential upgrades, haven't we, Charlie? As you can see, we have had a new member join our family, little Charlie boy. He's nearly 6 months old, so we've had to make a couple of changes to the van. We use it for three main reasons: to go on little adventures, it's also our daily driver, and we also use it as a delivery van for Bradley, which he has got a video on this channel of him doing some delivery driving if you'd like to watch that.
Yes, so why did we pick the Peugeot Expert medium wheelbase? This baby here, this bad boy. Firstly, the compactness. So we didn't want a van that was too big, too hard to drive, especially for myself and Tash as well, because at first, when it's your first van, it's a little bit daunting, especially because you've just been traveling around in little Renault Clio cars and that. So we wanted a van that was compact. We also wanted a van that wasn't too tall and was going to fit into car park spaces as well, because most transit vans are too tall and you can't get under barriers. So this adds to the stealth camperness of the van. We just wanted something that you can park up and it almost looked a little bit inconspicuous. Innit?
Good word, yeah.
All right, yeah. And secondly, the miles per gallon. This, we do a lot of driving, like we're backwards and forwards to our family. Like I said, I'm using it for work now. Check out that video. And this van gets 60 miles per gallon, which, to be honest, for a car slash van, that's pretty good, and it saves you a lot of moolah, especially if you're doing a lot of miles. All right, Tash, should we have a look inside?
Yes, let's take a look inside the lovely Peugeot Expert. Here we go. Nice, lights are on. Okay, so this is the inside of our van. It's nice and open plan, very light and airy, because we wanted plenty of room for Charlie to roll around and play while we were on the road. And also this is a multi-use space, but we still wanted it to look a bit aesthetic, you know, nice. So we did add a little bit of vinyl flooring. This one's from B&Q in like a herringbone, like light wood colour. I picked it out and I really liked it. And then we just painted our walls with like this sagey green colour. Hello. You like it in here, don't you? Yes, we just painted the walls nice colour, and then we did it so on the back as well. And then we also got Brad's sister to paint this nice Tash and Brad little mural that we have on the back here as well, which we need to add to. We need your name on there, I think, don't we, Chaz?
Yeah, so as you can see, as Tash mentioned, we kept it very unconverted, but also aesthetic. So obviously in normal setups, they have like one like rock and roll bed back there that they can drag out for their bed. They have like a whole side of cabinets and cooking stuff here, so they can't even open one of these doors. All right, so we wanted an investment piece as well, just in case I lost my online job, and guess what, it happened. So now I am doing Amazon Flex delivery driving just on the side, just to earn a little bit of cash, which may happen to you as well. And it might be something that you go into buying a van, you want to use it for multi-purpose, but you also want to have a space where it's yours, you can feel at home, and you can do adventures as well. So just when it comes to Amazon Flex, we just take out these boxes here, the cool box and stuff like that. I get these tartan sandbags, I stick them in the back, and where we've got nothing in the way, I can just stick the parcels in there, and now it's a van again. Yes, it scratches the van a little bit, so you might have to do different paint jobs, like it scratches the van
Exhibit
here.
A.
But you're earning a little bit of cash on the side just to tick you over till you find another job.
By the way, I'm trying my best to film. If it's a bit wobbly, it's because I'm holding Chaz at the same time. Yeah. And you like to wiggle.
All right, one of the downsides of this living space is, it's obvious, right? This is not a full-size van. So this is me on my knees and I am nearly touching the ceiling, which leads to a negative. Basically, when we went to France, we found this out. We went to Brittany in France for a week or so, but we only lasted 2 to 3 days because it just poured and poured and poured, and we got a little bit cold and we couldn't stand up in the van. So buying a van this small, if you're going for longer times, it's definitely a summer activity because you cannot spend too long, especially as a family of 3, right?
Yeah. He gets restless, he wants to be out and about, but you're thinking it's cold, it's wet, it's rainy, and so going in and out of the van like all the time when it's bad weather, it ends up not being the most relaxing of activities.
And the floor gets dirty and everything, get it?
Yeah.
It's just absolute
you
nightmare.
Get mud everywhere, you're cold, you can't keep... The main thing I found is we couldn't keep the van warm because we were constantly having to open all the doors to move stuff and get in and out, that we couldn't warm up in the van.
All right, should we show them our sleeping arrangements?
Yeah.
All right, this is our sleep setup. Depending on the weather, we do have sleeping bags and that, but we have these lovely cushions from Decathlon. Totally recommend them. They're called Ultim Comfort cushions, and they're the comfiest cushions you can ever get for a converted van. Obviously, we have stuff that we can pack away. We just pack it into one of these boxes here, which we also use for like seats and that when we take them outside and it's nice weather outside. This van is tall enough to be able to fully stretch and sleep at the back. Obviously the van has been, like, obviously not now because I've got some stuff in there, but normally what we do is we put all that stuff at the front or leave it outside. They're waterproof boxes. This van has been, especially the floor, it's got like insulation underneath, so you don't feel much cold from the bottom. However, if you do get cold, we also have a diesel heater, which we'll go into after. But yeah, sleep setup's nice and simple. In the morning you wake up, you get a lovely view out the windows. We've got curtains here that are just on the rail that we pull across like so, and yeah, that blocks out most of the light, and the sleeping's not too bad, is it, Tash? It's pretty comfy.
No, with our mattress and our pillows and the sleeping bags, everything, it's actually a really comfortable night's sleep, to be honest.
And we've got just enough amount of space so Charlie can sleep. He normally sleeps back there in his like Moses basket. But yeah, it's pretty nice setup, to be honest. It's enough. It's like, it's definitely more comfortable than camping, but obviously it's not as comfortable as the people who have full converted beds in their van, right? And to be honest, we can set up our sleep stuff in about 5 minutes, and it takes about 10-15 minutes putting it away each morning. But it's meant to be an adventure. It's not meant to be too easy. If not, you'll just stay at home, right? Or you'll be paying thousands of pounds where we only paid like £100 for our sleep setup. All right, what do we do for cooking? How do we cook in the Peugeot Expert Stealth Camper? Once again, we keep stuff nice and simple. So we have ourselves a Coleman cool box, which we actually stuck a Yeti sticker on the back, so it kind of looks a little bit fancy. We have a Coleman cool box that we keep all our food in, especially our meats, the milk, butter, stuff like that. And then we have a food crate back there, which we keep like what do you call it, the dry goods items, like our pasta, our rice, just so we're good to go for a couple of days without having to go to the shop. So all of our cooking stuff is within this box. Normally what we do, if it's nice weather, we open the back doors like so. So we just open the back doors. I stand back here. We have a heat-proof mat on top of one of these boxes. If it's really good weather, what I'll do is I'll cook outside. If it's a little bit windy, I'll cook inside. But yeah, so we have a Coleman stove back here. and we just do all the work back here. It's nice space, but once again, like I said, it all depends on whether the weather's nice or not, because we haven't got an electric hob inside like a lot of these van builds. We have a Coleman gas stove, which is absolutely perfect, and it's a lovely gas stove. However, it does run a little risk of, you need to be a little bit careful of how you're cooking, and it's weather dependent or whether you can cook outside or not. So that is our cooking setup. Nice and simple, nice and easy. We have our kitchen roll here to the side if we ever need to clean anything down. We have our pan back here as well, a dustpan and brush, so we can sweep it off after.
And we also have easy access to water.
Yeah, easy access to water here, which, like I said, we'll go over a little bit more at the end of the video in a minute. So our cooking setup's nice and simple. We have pots, pans and stuff all located in this box, which we just put away after to keep stuff nice and stealthy. So this is where I do my work on my laptop. So we have 3 seats in the front, we have a screen here. This is a good space that we utilize as well, and we have to utilize because the back of the van is a little bit small, so we have to utilize every inch of the van, and it's a nice driving cab as well. Yeah, absolutely lovely. Right, I'm going to show you the gadgets. Firstly, we have a bin which we can just tuck in the side of the door here, and I believe you can buy that off Amazon. It's nice, washable, and it's a nice little bin solution if you ever want one. Okay, on the back of the chairs we have this multiple function like military bag that we use for different stuff. Like we put our first aid kits in there, we stick like Charlie's stuff in there, so we got like swimming nappies and stuff like that, and it's just a good use for the back of the driver's seat. If not, that space at the back of the driver's seat is a little bit empty and you don't really use it too much, right? If we come in, we have a carbon monoxide detector here, which is important if you are sleeping in it, because especially we got young ones, but even if you didn't have young ones, definitely get yourself a carbon monoxide detector. It also has a temperature gauge as well, but safety is very important because you hear a lot of stories about people passing away, unfortunately, in the back of their vans where they haven't got a carbon monoxide detector. Our battery lives here, so this is the Blue Yeti EB55. It lasts a couple of days, so if you're going on a couple of days trip, it's perfect. We charge everything through there, we haven't had a problem yet, and that powers our diesel heater, which is a new addition. This is from Amazon, it's about 99 quid. This keeps stuff toasty, to be honest. This keeps stuff very, very toasty. If you run it for like an hour and it's like 1 degree outside, it gets up to about 20 degrees in here, which is obviously, that's like home temperature, and it's very livable. It just takes diesel. So, but like I said, it's something you have to have, especially if you want to winter camp. And the positive about having a small van is it heats up very well in here. Tash showed you the water jug, so we have a 20-litre water jug. We have netting up here to keep our towels and our frisbee and our kitchen roll, our light, which are puck lights, which Tash showed you up here, which are enough for a small van. Another positive about small van is you don't need loads of lights, you don't need loads of heating because it's a small space. Right, our toilet setup is here, just a bucket. We tend to go to like McDonald's or different public toilets if we need a wee or we need a number 2. However, if we're caught short, we just use this bucket, which is attached up here, just stays nice and firm on the walls. Easy peasy, lemony squeezy. And finally, the back door. So we wanted to utilize these spaces, so what we did is we put on some hooks, which is great for storing a wash bag for our dirty laundry, or coats and stuff to hang stuff up, or even wet clothes and towels we can put up there as well. And then we have a couple of bags on the back here just for extra storage. Like I said, the main thing about this van is not designed for going on weeks and weeks adventures. It's mainly designed for like 2-3 days. If not, you're going to get very uncomfortable. Maybe it's 2-3 days and then get yourself an Airbnb. 2-3 days and then get yourself an Airbnb to reset. But it's been working good for us.
Okay, so this has been the stealthy Peugeot Expert van that we converted for under £1,000. Now, basically guys, we absolutely love this van. This van is our baby. This is the first time we've ever converted a van in our lives. We've done a lot of learning doing this van, and we absolutely love it. So maybe sometime in the future we will buy another van and it will be bigger and we'll have to do all of them adventures and do all of that work then when the time comes. But for now, I'm going to find it really hard to say goodbye to this van in the future because we love it so much. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. This has been Tash and Brad and Charlie as well. We're going to go on a nice walk now around Hilliers. Thanks so much for watching our Peugeot Expert van conversion tour, and we'll see you in the next video. Drop comments down below what you thought about the video. Chaz is starting to get upset, so we better go.